Welcome to Persimmon Ridge Resort Disc Golf Course in beautiful Greenbrier, Arkansas. I'm Robbie Shaw.
And I'm Brock Muty.
And we're here today. We've got the Diamond State Disc Golf Final Six.
Oh, wow, look, we got our names on there.
All right. This is an excellent facility. They have big plans for large tournaments in the future. As you can see, they got plenty of room. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous valley here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the conditions were a little rough. It was 32 with a drizzle most of the day, but even with that taken into account, it was a heck of a course.
Don't forget that 15 to 25 mile an hour wind.
Oh, yeah. I mean, does that really affect disc flight, though? I mean,
it was a brutal day, but we got some good disc golf action for y'all to see, so here we go. Oh, this is a beautiful ring that Steve and Kimberly Jones owned it, and he designed that for the first place winner, James Lacey right there, fan favorite.
So right now, all six of the top six are doing their high fives because the chase card's about to tee off. And you can see it's pretty warm outside. Everybody's in shorts and t-shirt. But here we go. There's a double mando, and you got to hit the mando, and ideally you want to break right afterwards because we got a fairly long par 4 ahead of us with stiff headwind.
Got Doug Trantham on the tee. As far as our standings go, we got Matt Scott with a 5-stroke lead, and we got 4 people tied for second. So a little bit high on that shot. Gideon Drake.
And you can see that headwind just slam that disc.
He still got it there in a good spot, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you're through the mando, you're all right.
And here's Brock. Oh, did it get through?
Yeah, I don't really know why this Brock guy's playing. He's not very good. He must have paid to be in the top 6 or something.
Yeah. Top 15 challenge, final round, lead card. Got a tight race going on right now, except for the leader who is ahead by 6 strokes. Matt Scott in the lead by 6 strokes. We got a 4-way tie for second place. And then we've got it dropping off right there for last place. Gonna be a fun, nasty, cold, wet round. We're crazy. We love disc golf. We love you for watching. Thank you so much.
There's James Lacey trying to do the commentator's job. You know, sometimes you just got to realize you're a player, not a commentator.
Oh, look at that fierce look of determination on Matt Scott's face.
Oh, he's ready.
He's got the 6-stroke lead. Here goes Matt Scott.
And here's James. He's one of the main guys who got this tournament running a couple months ago, so big shout out to him for getting all the logistics figured out and making sure everyone can be there and getting everybody involved that needs to be.
Ooh, that's a good-looking shot there.
For sure. If you can not just get through the mando but start turning afterwards, you're going to be in a pretty decent spot. Michael busting out the forehand.
Now, there is a creek on the left-hand side that's OB.
Yeah, if you look closely, you can see that Brock guy just finishing his 4th putt for a 7. So, but that's not who we're here to watch, so I won't talk about him anymore. And like I said earlier, there's just a huge headwind, and Michael learned that the hard way there because you got to bring out some stable plastic for this.
Come on back. So here we go with Matt's third shot. And it's heading towards the ditch.
Did that go OB?
No, it stopped about 6 inches short of being in the water.
Okay.
And Michael flirts with the OB too, and his stops about a foot from going in the water.
Oh, man.
So they both really lucked out.
I'm outside, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah. Do you think he was playing inside? Inside, it's not 32 degrees and raining, Michael.
And, oh, good run at it.
Yeah, and that's him putting with a Discraft ESP zone because he's putting in that headwind and he doesn't want his Mick Pro AVR to turn in the wind.
James throws the end of us, so that was a AVR. And under these conditions, there was no guinea putts. I mean, if there was a
Yeah, not at all.
yeah, it was tough no matter where you were at.
And there wasn't really any warming up going on before this round, so that first round, everybody's loosening back up for the round, and now we're getting ready to tear it up on hole 2.
And this is Matt's first time to see the course, so
A good thing he's got a 6-stroke cushion
Yeah, that
to
helps,
figure
doesn't
things
it?
out.
it's pretty good rain coming down, as you can see.
And this hole is a 300-foot par 3, and we were playing it as a CTP. And I was going to say that it's just a turnover look because I didn't even realize a hyzer existed, but James is showing me why he's on the lead card because he knows the routes.
It's up on the hill. Not a very good run there.
All I'm trying to get you to do is stop. And you're rolling all the way down the hill.
Smart play by Matt.
Oh. Not a very good start for any of our league cards.
No. Yeah, I'll try not to bring up the conditions too much today, but it's a little rough out there. So this is a really fun hole in my opinion. You've got a whole lot of different routes. You can see Matt taking backhand hyzer, or you could go up the gut. I've seen some people throw some overheads on this hole. Lots of options, but with any of them, you got to get through whatever gap you're hitting to get there.
And Matt, he's got up underneath that cedar tree, so he's not going to have a clean look at all.
Yeah, this is one of those holes that really adds a lot to a golf course because you go to a golf course, you expect to throw a lot of big open shots, so it really makes Persimmon special is it's got a healthy mix of shots like this also.
I would think under better conditions, this would be a must birdie hole right here.
For sure.
Matt just throws out.
I get the feeling Mayo's going to be using that zone for putting most of the day.
Well, I'll tell you what I really think helped Michael was his caddy was Jared Sellers, who only lives 4 miles away from the course, who's probably played it more than anyone.
Yeah.
And he was giving him some great advice.
Now this is a fun hole. You just get to
big
pump
crush.
Good looking hole.
it. Yeah, and that's a good looking throw.
Yeah.
So if you can get anywhere in the, as far as possible, ideally in a flat spot, that'd be great. You don't want to go too far left to hold two's basket. Like James might be drifting a little bit because that just leaves a lot of extra distance because the hole's tucked in to the right. But still, I mean, if you're down there, you can work with it.
Come
Oh,
out of
that's
it.
a good looking shot.
Yeah, you're fine.
James still a long ways away.
So that's a good shot.
That is
by
a good
Michael.
shot.
And most of his long drives will be either a destroyer or a wraith. I haven't played with him enough to know which color is which, but that's what he's thrown off the tee on most of these holes.
And Matt's hung it out way out to the left. The basket's tucked in under all those cedar trees. James bringing it up high, coming in.
And this is another great hole setup because you start off with a crush, but you have to figure out which route you want to take to get to the basket because it's not wide open at all. And it makes it real challenging, but it's a fair hole. It's a whole lot of fun to play this one.
And still can't see the basket, but there is one back in there.
I think he's going to take the hyzer line, and hopefully it'll skip over to... So if that continues and then hyzer's left, the basket's right around there.
Now here's a good look at the basket. Third shot, Michael.
I believe this is a stud. A stud.
Okay, here's Matt Scott.
Disguised as a tree.
Yes. Throwing from behind those trees. Up and over. And watch this shot here. Boom!
Oh, no way.
Drops it down. You can see his legs moving through those bushes. That was a great shot right there.
Is that a thumber, you think?
I think so.
Way deep.
You can see how close these cedar trees are to the basket on some of these holes, and if you just get up underneath them, you don't have a putt.
And it's really well protected. You got to take care with where you're putting the disc.
Oh.
Rough hole for James, but I think you can work out of it.
I didn't hear anything.
Ooh, hit the pole.
This is another shorter hole. It's a 227-foot forehand typically.
There you go.
Another one of those in normal conditions is a must get.
Nice shot.
Even on this day, it's one that you're really hoping to two. James doesn't believe in forehands. He does like the thumber.
Ooh, not what he wanted. Matt for his birdie.
Attaboy.
That is impressive.
Is this one reachable, James?
So Matt and Mike both birdie.
This hole is, for a right-handed player, it's a big hyzer. It's 439 feet and downhill, which isn't particularly far, but what makes it far is you have to go pretty wide and have it hook back.
Something like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's looking good. Didn't get the skip. If he had thrown that a little bit lower and maybe gotten a double skip, I think he'd have been in a really good spot for 2.
The grass here is extremely thick in most places, so you don't get a big skip, especially when it's wet like this.
That's fair.
Oh, Michael with a good pull.
Yeah.
That's going to get a good hop, I bet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There it is. A couple minutes before this hole, actually, when we were teeing off here, I saw a little bit of snow on the course. It was coming down, and then it went back to rain, but we were right on that threshold of 32 degrees.
Easy up there.
James cozying it up for his par. Looks like everybody's going to get their par on this one.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hole 7, 434, par 4.
I like this hole right here. You got the path on the right and everything to the right of the path, OB. The basket curves around there to the left.
It's a really, really fun par 4. Got some
Great
nice
setup.
challenge to it.
And that's a nice
Good
drive
looking
right
shot.
there.
That's exactly where you want to be.
Stay.
Safe.
Matt's still a long ways away, but he throws a nice forehand.
Well done.
Makes up some distance.
James threading that needle.
Yeah, there you go.
Showing off those Reservoir Park skills.
Oh, Michael's in position for
Good
the
shot.
birdie putt.
Good shot.
That's solid.
Just a little slip there.
Yeah, that's what I look. A little slippage of the hand.
See if Michael can get this one. Good bid.
Yeah, he gave it a chance. James wants this bad. Yes.
Wow. Ooh, trot it back.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you caught it right there, but I believe there was a western tanager bird
Hole 8,
that
par
was right
5,
around there
1080.
nestling and heard us banging chains and got a little agitated, made some sounds while Matt was putting. He made it anyway, though.
Jumped off that first 250.
Yeah, this might be one of my favorite holes of the course. 980-foot par 5. You start off with a big hyzer because you want to stay in bounds. That's a great shot.
That's a good
by
looking
Michael.
drive right there by Michael.
And basically you want to be either to the right of that big tree in the middle or to the left of it so that you have room for a big second shot.
I finally hit a line.
And as you can see, the grabby grass that you don't get much skip.
Right.
Oh, dang.
And not what you want.
Yep.
Hit him. It was coming back in bounds, but it stopped
Is it in
OB.
bounds?
No, it stayed in the path. Stayed in the path. And you knocked that cart forward 30 feet.
So that's just the
That's some bad
just the
luck right
course
there.
maintenance folks trying to make it a closer game with Matt Scott's lead as much as it is. Not really. That was just some rotten luck. They were talking to us on the chase card and didn't realize that they could have been in play.
Well, what's brutal is not only he gets a penalty stroke, but he has to take it way back.
Right. The impressive thing to me though is that he looked at it. He asked if that hit him, and then he didn't really seem fazed by it. He just went to his next lie and threw. And that kind of composure is key, especially with all of the other all of the other adversity you could face out here today.
So that's his third shot.
Did air bounce?
Oh, James with a good shot.
That looks good.
Putt.
Oh, it went in the bush.
There's Robbie doing double commentary, some of it on the camera, some of it on the commentary afterwards.
Yeah, and if you can hear all that heavy breathing, that's me. Fighting the umbrella. That wind was fierce, holding the umbrella and the camera on the stick.
I couldn't tell if it was breathing or shivering.
Oh, no, I was sweating from all the work. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Good looking putt there.
It's a good run. It's really hard to get it high enough with that low ceiling.
Tough and index. Oh.
So Matt took a big number on that one. He took a 7.
So that's 2 strokes. Michael's gained on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, how far we got to throw
Long
this?
enough. Hey, Plinko. All right.
We'll see.
I'd say this is another must birdie hole right here.
Yeah. It actually plays as an island because anywhere around
Come on
the
back.
cart path
Coming.
on or outside of it is OB.
Well done. Well done.
It's another fun hole. It says 280, but it plays pretty uphill, so a lot of these guys are putting some good crushes on it.
That's good. That's good.
You look great.
That's going to skip right at it. Baby, get it.
Oh, that's close.
Oh,
There's another little bird chirping there, and I've got my book of all the names of them. I'm going to go with a blackneck stilt on that one. I don't know if many of y'all are familiar with that one, but you might want to look it up. They're pretty beautiful birds. Persimmon's got it all.
You go, boy.
That's a good putt.
Yep, another good putt from Matt.
Man, that puddle? He wasn't OB for being in that puddle right there?
I believe that's casual.
Oh, okay.
So Matt gets one of the strokes
Sit.
right back from Mike.
Sit.
There's another one.
And this is a 310-foot low ceiling shot, and there's cart path on the left and the right, so not only do you have to hit the gap, but you have to make sure you don't skip too much so that you can stay in bounds. It's a real tough shot.
Whoa, baby. Ooh, it whoa.
That'll work.
Get up. Good shot.
Another solid up shot.
Oh, no, I'm good. That way, if it's bad, they'll just blame me.
Gator butt.
Oh, no.
Yeah, with your disc wet and hands cold, it's not enough to where you feel like you can't putt, but a lot of times you'll just be a fraction off, and it causes for a lot of those just barely misses.
Good shot. I just want to go put mine by yours and be done. I don't actually have
It's another lengthy par 4, 670.
Right. And you can try to take off a big chunk by going up the middle, or you can take the hyzer, play it safe, and go big on the second shot. It's a good hole that gives you multiple choices as to what you want to do.
Get down.
spike.
Oh!
Now that's some grabby
That is the
grass.
thickest grass on the course right there.
Here's Michael with the destroyer.
I'm gonna go for him.
That'll spike. It's not gonna go. It's not gonna bounce.
It stayed on the edge.
I get some power on that forehand.
Yeah, I don't see how people can throw forehand so well when their disc is wet. You know, if I tried doing that, it would just come out like a helicopter and make it about 10 feet. But these guys make it look easy. I think there's a reason they're on the top card for top in Central Arkansas.
Yes, just get to the tree.
I'm going to say they made those tap-ins.
Yep, they did make those things.
There you go. Get off of it.
Oh, man.
I liked that throw, but
It looked.
Now this hole,
Alas.
it says 312, but it plays a lot longer than that, doesn't
For
it?
sure.
Seems like it's a little bit uphill, so it can't hardly tell. But
Yeah, I'd give it around probably 380 in terms of how much speed you have to put on the disc.
yeah.
Caught a little bit of stuff. How good would a concrete
Go!
make this one?
Oh man,
Raise it up just a hair.
yeah, nice.
Yeah,
I got the tree.
That might be a gator that jumps. He's throwing that for upshot.
Yep.
Matt Scott rolling along. He's got the cushion.
Yep, and
Pars are good for him at this juncture.
right, and with how things are on this day, he might not be getting a whole bunch of birdies, but you don't see him making a ton of mistakes. And today, or I keep saying today, during this round, it was more so who could limit the mistakes, I think, than rather who could get all the birdies.
Beautiful shot.
That's a great shot. It's not going to leave him a putt, but it looked really good. It's real hard to get a disc tucked in right by that basket because it's right on the hill. James giving the look of, that went exactly as I planned it.
Yeah.
He's going to get to go take a hike in those woods for a little bit.
Nice.
but he has a look.
That's true.
That's all he needs.
Oh, did you hear that, Robbie? That was an American goldfinch right there.
You know your birds, bro.
I do. You know, we learn a lot about birds in systems engineering at UALR.
Come on, James. Knock her down. Yes.
There we go. He was unfazed by that bird on his upshot. Kansas 3.
From the top shelf.
I really like this hole right here. I like it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Did you throw it in the woods?
Perfect shot.
Wow,
There's
got some
even
extra float time.
tee,
Yeah, baby.
tee box even higher than the one that they're teeing off. They're teeing off on the middle tee right now.
Yeah, so what you want to do is you want to pump it, but you have to be careful not to go too far right or too far left. Too far right's just in the woods, but too far left at that cart path is OB.
Feet. Use the course to play the course. You're pretty good.
Matt Scott off the cart
That's
path.
all right.
That's in perfect position.
That's a veteran move right there. Get that extra road skip.
Ride that wind.
Oh, it did.
Oh, yeah.
It did.
Good shot by
out
James.
there, baby.
Hang on, James.
Now, Matt can't see the basket from where he's at. He picked a tree somewhere behind the basket as a target.
You shot that?
And that was a good shot right there.
Easy out.
Yeah, he's laying it up for a birdie in
Oh.
pretty tough conditions.
James might have been mistaking that big tree for the basket.
You can see the wind is just whipping. I thought Michael might go with the forehand, but he went backhand and didn't get what he wanted. That's
Good.
a
Great shot.
Yeah, if you can make it to where you diminish the amount of times you have to make putts more than 20 feet, you're going to be all right.
That one crawled off on Michael a little bit. So with 4 holes to play, it looks like that's got a 7. Oh, this is a no-look putt.
No look dish. Got to no look.
Yeah, James is going back to the days when he was on the ESPN bikini model magazine. You know, he's doing that, making that eye contact, but I think he forgot that he's playing disc golf today.
That's the worst shot you've done all day.
I'll be all right.
Cool.
I guess that was for the ladies.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure he's single. But pretty good eye
Definitely
candy
not.
regardless.
Here we go.
Go, Daddy. Oh, come
Oh,
maybe,
bad
maybe.
hop.
No, I don't think so.
Did that hit the road and bounce back right instead of left? It looked like it bounced and then hit the tree. That was rough.
Yeah.
all you
Nice
gotta
run.
do.
Oh,
Get in.
man.
Oh, no, that's a beauty there. Oh,
Wow.
Skip, though.
That was beautiful.
so James is OB.
Use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That'll play.
Yep.
There you go.
And once again, I want to point out that the Persimmon disc golf course is on a retired ball golf course,
Yes.
and you see all this open land, and they make a point to put the basket in the best spot that doesn't just allow for wide open hyzers everywhere. You still got some stuff to work around. Makes for some really good disc golf holes. This is a 434-foot par 3, but it plays uphill, and I'd probably say it takes around 480 to get to the basket.
Like it's slipped out on Michael on his drive.
Yeah.
That's a good pull from Matt.
Let's see if James can pump one out 480. I think he's pulling out his Starlight Vulcan so they can handle that headwind. Maybe not. Maybe I got his discs mixed up, but that'll work though.
Oh, that's going right. He's staying right.
And that headwind took it.
Yep.
At least he's going with another thumber.
Gotcha.
In the circle.
Kenny Williams disc.
Good shot.
Now, Robbie, there's another bird right there, and initially I thought it was a toucan, but it's actually a brown-headed cowbird right by Mayo's disc.
Yeah, if you say so, Bob.
I mean, prove me wrong. How about that?
James unable to clean up.
I think he's just camera shy. Putting with the driver. Oh, yeah. Hole 17, 2 to go.
Matt Scott with a comfortable lead.
Said he was gonna go
Oh, this is a
straight
good looking hole too. I like this hole.
at.
And nice downhill shot. You've got OB cart path along the right side and deep. And
Basket sits on a nice green area too.
Yeah. And there's nothing in your way, but you really have to place where your disc lands if you want to have a good look at it.
Yeah, all
There
right.
you go.
Come back. There you go. Well, that turned out real nice.
God, don't do that.
Maybe instead of describing what you have to do, you just watch Michael Mayo tee off.
He's
throws
playing
some good
solid.
ones, for sure. And he and Matt Scott
Come on,
both
baby.
both
Hook
at
up.
2 over so far, which is really good for
These
You did.
conditions, guy.
100%.
Came out in the end.
Oh, the wind got that one.
It was a good run.
Yep. Oh no. You know, ideally you want a great finishing hole. Well, this 18th hole is a good hole.
Oh, yeah.
Can't see the basket from the tee. This is a good hole.
It's a beast. So there are a lot of ways to play this hole, and Matt's showing the route that I did not know existed. But actually, so if you throw that in that direction toward the right, the basket's actually a good deal left of there. If you throw down to the right, you get down close to the cart path, and you have an open look at the basket. Whereas if you try to cut off more distance going straight, you've got a wall of trees in your way.
It's the two big giant cedars there in the middle. You don't want to get behind there.
Right, exactly.
That is wasn't too far right. Coming back some.
And that was inbounds.
Just barely.
Stay up. Oh, it is. That's a gooder. That is a gooder.
I think that's exactly what you want to do right where Michael's shot went.
See how the basket sits up on there on the hit? Oh, you don't want to throw your second.
Best highs you've done all day.
Oh, come on.
Oh, but here we go. Get some love.
Now lay down. Now lay down.
That's in a really good landing zone, and he's got a good look. But this headwind's making
Pretty
it
good
tough.
for me.
Very tough.
Good shot.
Need that on.
Oh, slipped out of his hand.
I think he should have kept the hood on.
And he had the great drive, too. Coming up high for the spike.
The bottom of the.
Yeah, so you see this basket's up on a ridge. On a windy day, it's exposed to the wind, makes for a really challenging but really fun last hole.
It is. I really like this hole.
Maybe a little bit more.
It stayed.
And James, it stayed on the hill.
Yeah, am I outside?
Yes.
Can I fall? I just want to fall forward.
I thought he had that for sure.
Don't do it, Don't do it.
Tough basket to putt at. It's just.
Oh, and there you go. Matt
There's your
Scott
winner.
won it
Yeah.
by only, we got 8 strokes? Nope, 7 strokes. All right, guys, that's the final round of the Central Arkansas Top 15 with Matt Scott, your current champion. I'm Brock Moody. Thanks for watching.
I'm Robbie Shaw, and I'd like to encourage everyone to go out to Persimmon Ridge Resort and play. They're open on Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, and they got a putting league started Thursdays nights. And support these fine people, and there's going to be great things to come at this location.
For sure. Great course, great people running it, great area for you to sit and eat lunch before or after the round. You should go check it out.
They got it all.
Did you get my mean mug? I was trying not to smile. He was coming by, and I was like,
You had a pretty good meeting.
I was like, don't smile, so I went.
50-yard stare.